are going to begin with the latest from Southern California, that horrific mass shooting on Saturday night. The victims were celebrating the Lunar New Year at a dance studio in Monterey Park when the gunman came in. At least 10 people killed, more in the hospital as we speak, and police say the suspect took his own life after officers approached him in a white van yesterday. Our lead national correspondent, David Begnaud, heads our coverage from this heartbroken community of Monterey Park. David, this is a tough one to make sense of, a night that should have been about celebration. Instead, this tragedy. Good morning.
Tony, good morning. To give you some context, this is a town of roughly 60,000 people, and about 2/3 of the people who live here are Asian. Yesterday marked the start of the Lunar New Year, which is widely celebrated in East Asian cultures, particularly in China, where it is considered the most important holiday. Now, I'm standing in downtown Monterey Park. Right off the strip here in downtown is the dance studio. Police have cleared the scene, taken back all the police tape, and that's the entrance right there where you see those candles and the flowers. The sheriff says most of the victims here were either middle-aged or elderly. What started as a night of music and dancing for these patrons inside the Star Ballroom Dance Studio.
Additional units requested, multiple victims, gunshot wounds.
Turned into a nightmare. Gunshots rang out around 10:20 p.m. Saturday night.
And I got approximately 10 deceased.
Police say the gunman entered the venue and opened fire, killing 10 people and injuring 10 others.
Suddenly heard the boom, 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 boom.
Hattie Peng was there as the shooting broke out. She says several people around her were killed.
You will see the body already, several lying there.
Her dance partner, seen here in this video during a Christmas party, shielded her during the barrage of bullets. But he was struck twice in the process and rushed to the hospital.
He's my hero. I own him. He covered me.
Witnesses said the suspect, who police described as an adult Asian man, then fled the scene. The LA County Sheriff said 20 to 30 minutes later, that same gunman entered another ballroom dance studio about 3 miles away in the city of Alhambra. There, bystanders were able to wrestle the gun away from him. Police say witnesses saw the gunman then flee in a white van. Police later released an image of the suspect. About 12 hours after the first shooting, police spotted the suspect inside that same white van with a different license plate this time, more than 20 miles away. That was in the city of Torrance.
When officers exited their patrol vehicle to contact the occupant, they heard one gunshot.
Then police surrounded the van. Armored vehicles moved in. Bomb squad trucks, too.
They're breaking the window. There you go. They just broke the window.
Dead inside was 72-year-old Hu Can Tran. The sheriff says he took his own life.
Several pieces of evidence were found inside the van linking the suspect to both locations in Monterey Park and Alhambra.
Today was supposed to be a happy, nice day for everyone to enjoy.
Saturday night shooting in Monterey Park took place during the wildly popular Lunar New Year celebrations in a city that is more than 60% Asian.
I feel this sense of great loss about the home that I always had. It's just gone. I'll never be able to feel safe here again.
The gun recovered at the second crime scene was a semi-automatic assault pistol with an extended large-capacity magazine, which the LA County Sheriff said he believes is not legal in the state of California. Yesterday, I spoke with Congresswoman Judy Chu. She represents this area. She is a former mayor here in Monterey Park. We were at the crime scene with her when news broke that the suspect was dead. What was your initial reaction when you were told what happened and how horrific it was?
I could not believe the extent of the violence. 10 people dead. This was one of the worst mass shootings in LA County and one of the worst in the nation. And I was also outraged because there are far too many of these mass shootings going on. We have to take actions to make sure that people are safe in America. I have joined the Gun Safety Caucus in Congress, and we have worked on legislation that should have passed a long time ago, such as on the universal background checks, which have proven to take guns out of dangerous people's hands. I want to say to those who are resistant to these gun safety laws, protect America. Protect your fellow neighbors. You don't know if the next person could be your loved one. And yet we know there are concrete, common sense steps that we can take to stop all this terrible and senseless violence. Why do we have so many guns in this country and even more on the horizon? It's not right. Other countries don't operate this way, and we should not either.
The police chief here in Monterey Park said yesterday that the first officers who responded to the scene were rookies. They had only been on the job for a couple of months. They had never seen such a horrific scene like this. He said they went in immediately. They didn't wait. They entered the building, and that's when they spotted the carnage inside. CBS Reports correspondent Adam Yamaguchi is here with me now. Adam, you grew up in this area. This is home for you. I know you were talking with people last night. What did you hear? And give us a sense of the report you'll have at the bottom of the hour, 7:30.
So there's a real sense, there's a real mix of sadness mixed with a sense of disbelief. You just introduced us to Hattie Pong, who survived the shooting. And when I interviewed her, she said that she hasn't been able to sleep. And she told us that the dance studio is sort of a refuge. And not only for her, but for many other senior Asian Americans here. And I'll have more with Hattie and other community members in our next half hour.
Adam, thank you. Thank you for being here. You know, Gayle, as I toss it back to you in New York, I'm reminded of what the sheriff said yesterday. He said here in California, we have some of the strictest gun laws, yet this still happened. And he ended his press conference by saying the status quo, as it pertains to gun laws, is just not working.
I don't know how many times we have to tell this story. I like what Adam said, sadness, disbelief, and let's please add anger to this too. David, thank you so much.